Honor Flight Northeast Indiana is a dedicated organization committed to honoring America's veterans by providing them with an all-expenses paid trip to Washington, D.C. to visit memorials dedicated to their service and sacrifices. And on April 23rd, they are taking off on their 50th flight. So joining me today to share all about it is their president, Cathy Bershire, and Camille Garrison, their 50th flight committee chairperson. Hi, good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I have heard so much about Honor Flight. I know that it is one of the most exciting things that takes place in Northeast Indiana because it's such a way to honor the veterans. And so, Cathy, let's start off by just giving us an overview in the history of Honor Flight.
Okay, the history of Honor Flight started with a physician's assistant in Springfield, Ohio, worked for the VA, and he was also a pilot. And the World War II veterans were coming in for their annual checkups, and the World War II memorial had been built, and they were all excited about their families taking them out to go visit their memorial. And then when they came back for their next yearly visit the next year, none of them had been out to see their memorial. Wow. So Earl Morse got a hold of some pilot friends of his, and the catch was that they had to pay for their fuel, their plane, and all expenses for the veterans to fly out to Washington, D.C. for a day to see the memorials built in their honor, especially the World War II memorial. And that's how Honor Flight got started.
Wow, that is so
Back
awesome.
in 2005.
2005. And so, Camille, how has the organization really evolved over these past many decades?
Wow, and that's what this 50th flight, we're really honing in on how much we have grown due to the support of our community. Yeah. We have started off with 5 board members, now we're up to 15.
Oh, wow.
We have added a volunteer corps. We've added ambassadors to our group, but we started off with 28 veterans on that first flight, and now we're taking 85.
Wow.
We started off with 1 or 2 flights a year, now we're up to 5 flights a year.
Wow.
So hopefully, anticipated this year. Yeah.
That's so exciting. Yeah. And so kind of walk me through the experience that a veteran has as they are preparing, for the special day, and as they get up and start off the early morning with you all.
Well, first off, we call them a couple of months before their flight so they can get ready and plan. We send them documentation that they sign and return to us. They have a guardian, either a family member, or we assign a volunteer guardian to accompany them for the day. Then we have a luncheon the Thursday prior to flight. It's a meet and greet luncheon. We either go to Texas Roadhouse or we go out to Outback Steakhouse. And then the morning of the flight, they get up early. They need to be at the guard base normally by 5:15 a.m.
Wow.
But we do have a couple of earlier departures this year where they'll have to be there at 4:15 a.m. instead of 5:15, which is going to be a longer day for them, but they're always excited.
Yeah.
Usually when we get to the guard base in the morning at 4 o'clock, we already have veterans sitting out in the parking lot waiting to get in, so they're so excited to come in.
You're giving them memories about when they served, getting up early and being ready.
Yeah, the biggest thing we hear is hurry up and wait. Yeah, hurry up and wait, because we have lines to get them checked in. They get a lanyard, T-shirt, hat, and a goodie bag, and then we take photos of them and the guardian, and we have a hot breakfast and a program for them, and then we put them on shuttles and take them out to the flight line where they actually board the airplane, and then we fly out to Washington, D.C., and then we have 4 tour buses out in Washington that greet us. And we go around and visit their memorials. But yes, they are very excited. They look so forward to spending the day out in D.C. seeing their memorials. And a lot of the camaraderie with other veterans makes a big difference in their lives.
Yeah, absolutely. And Camille, what are some of the specific memorial sites that you all visit out there?
Typically, we're going to hit Arlington, World War II. We're going to go to the big 3, which is Korean and the Vietnam Wall, the Air Force Memorial. What am I missing? You've added
Lincoln Memorial. We go to FDR for dinner.
Yep.
Women's Memorial if we have women on our flight.
Right. Yeah. So, and it does occasionally change based on the order in which they go
Yeah.
based on availability and such.
Yeah. And so, and are they wearing their official uniforms? How are they dressed for the occasion?
They're wearing red T-shirts
Yeah.
if they are a veteran, and the Guardians wear blue T-shirts. So we can always tell the Guardians stay very close to the veterans all day long, and the board members all wear their board blues, and so they can easily be identified if a veteran is in need of assistance or a Guardian.
Yeah, I love that. And so, Cathy, over the years, I know that so many veterans have had the opportunity to get on this flight. And so, can you share with me some numbers of how many veterans you all have served through this program?
Hey, we have transported 3,817 veterans from Northeast Indiana up to flight number 50. Flight number 50, we will have another 85 veterans going. So we'll have over 3,900 veterans from Northeast Indiana. We have taken some from Northwest Ohio and Southern Michigan as well on our trips.
That is a lot.
That's a lot of veterans.
That is so exciting.
Yes, and we have over 1,500 veterans on our waiting list. So,
yeah.
like Camille said, we are doing 5 flights this year. We just can't afford to let our especially Vietnam veterans wait on the wait list so long. We were closed 2 years for COVID, so it added 2 years to everybody's wait list, and we really need to get our veterans out to Washington to see their memorials.
Yeah.
You know, and then we have the veterans that served after Vietnam. Right now, we can't take veterans unless they have serious health issues if they served after May 7th of 1975. But any veteran that has serious health issues, we have a medical team, and they do a medical evaluation and get involved with the physician. And if it looks like they need to go sooner, then they let me know and we get them on their flight. I don't want any veteran to ever miss their honor flight. I want every one of our veterans to get to go on their honor flight so we can honor them appropriately for their service and sacrifice for our country.
Absolutely. It sounds like a once-in-a-lifetime experience, truly. And one of the best things about it is that the community, we can get involved in
Yes.
it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So you take off and you're gone throughout the day, but at night there is a really big welcome home ceremony that happens. So share with me about that.
Yeah, we asked the community to go out to Fort Wayne International Airport, be there by 8 p.m. so that you get a parking place, and park in long-term parking. Parking is at no charge for this event. We like to fill the airport. We'd love to have 3,000 to 4,000 people out there. You're welcome to bring signs, welcome home, anything. They loved when the kids come out and shake their hand as they go through that receiving line, that welcome home line. And then we transport the veterans and guardians after that back to the Air National Guard base to get their vehicles at the end of the evening. So.
Oh, that's so beautiful. Okay, so in a couple of days is the time to come out at 8 p.m. to welcome home our veterans. Okay, well, thank you so much for coming in and sharing about this special organization.
You know, there's one other thing I do want to mention. This flight is being fully funded by Phil's One Stop. This is their 4th full flight sponsorship. They have donated over $500,000 to honor Flight Northeast Indiana so that we can continue our mission of taking our veterans to Washington, D.C. to see the memorials built in their honor.
Yeah, well,
And
thank you.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, nice talking to you.
Thank you.
And if you would like more information about Honor Flight Northeast Indiana, we'll have their website listed below. And remember to save the date for April 23rd at 8 p.m. Head over to the Fort Wayne International Airport. Make your signs dressed in red, white, and blue to greet our veterans. And I'll see you after the break.
Have an idea for the show? Want to find out how you can be a guest? Contact us at livinglocal15@wayne.com.